Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Poco Prime Time Picks.
Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Poko Primetime Picks. Before we start the show, I'd like to give a thank you to Michael and Nicole's Aguilita, Luz Magdalena. She's visiting us from Colombia, and she did the opening for the show. Muchas gracias, Mami. And now on with the show. Poko Primetime Picks is a team of brothers and their sons making survivor picks. And we do it a little differently than other leagues. We only really pick the primetime and special games. So it makes it a little harder for us. The regular season has passed us by. So for the playoffs, we decided to do something a little different. So what we've done is we've pitted the Poko team against each other. And we're picking all the playoff games, and we'll see who has the best record at the end. So for the wild card weekend, there were some good football games, a few blowouts. But we saw Scott Poko. He had a couple of strikes. He picked Tampa and San Diego, and they both lost. So he finished the week 4-2. Michael Poko, he picked San Diego as well. So his record for the week was 5-1. Myself, I also picked San Diego, and I finished 5-1 as well. Now, Terry Poko, he went back to his way of picking games, and he was 6-0 on the week. So he's out of the gate and leading ahead. But everybody's still in it once we get past this divisional round weekend. So now we're going to make our picks. So, Scott, could I get your picks for the divisional round?
There are some really great matchups this weekend. The AFC, Buffalo is going to squeak by the Ravens, and the Chiefs are going to roll the Texans. In the NFC, I'm looking at a couple underdogs. Commanders beat the Lions, who implode, and the Rams just outplay the Eagles. Oh, and don't forget, Notre Dame wins the national championship also.
Yeah, those were some great picks, Scott. And I like that last one. Go Irish. Now we're going to go out to San Diego and get Michael's picks. Michael, could I get your divisional round picks?
In the AFC, we've got the Texans versus the Chiefs. The Texans blew out the Chargers last week. Their offense finally started scoring some points and moving the ball. The defense played really well. I think they have a great defense. Even it's a little streaky at times. I think it could be a top defense. That being said, the Chiefs coming off a bye, I think they just keep finding a way to get it done and getting the win. And I'm gonna go with the Chiefs this week to get that win. Our next AFC matchup is probably the most interesting game of the weekend. We've got the Bills going against the Ravens. Everyone's going to want to see Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Both teams beat their opponents last week pretty handedly. So I think this is going to be a back and forth game. I think this is going to be very fun. And between the two, I think the Ravens are built to beat the Bills, and they're going to be my pick. I'm going to go with the Ravens. For the NFC, we have the Rams versus the Eagles. Now, I know a lot of people are going to pick the Eagles this week, and they have a great offense, and their defense is pretty good too. But I think the Rams are going to have an upset here. Stafford is a tried and true. He's a veteran. He's been here before. Their offense is also pretty good, but I think their defense is very underrated. They got like 9 sacks, I think, against Darnold last week. And I think they're going to, give Hurts a ton of problems. And I think the Rams are going to have an upset here. Our next game is the Lions and the Commanders. The Lions are coming off a bye week, and the Commanders are coming off of a nail-biting win against the Bucks on a last-second field goal. Now, I like the Commanders. Their offense looks good. Daniels is playing great, and he's not making too many mistakes. But the Lions, I think they're getting David Montgomery back this week. and they just have kind of looked unstoppable on offense. So I don't think the Commanders are going to keep up. Anzalone came back for their defense, I believe, against the Vikings before their playoff bye, and he really helped bolster that defense some more. I know they've been having some issues on that end, but I think they're going to kind of start to fill those holes. So yeah, I'm going to go Lions.
Thanks, Michael. Now the front runner, Terry. Terry, let's see if you can go another perfect 4-0 this week. What are your picks?
In the NFC, I'm going to go with the Lions. I think they just have too many weapons. I think they win this game, even though the Commanders are pretty good. I'm also going to go with the Rams. Just something about this Philly team I don't like. I don't like the way Jalen Hurts is playing, so I'm going to go with the Rams. They're hot. In the AFC, I know people are saying this is like a practice for the Chiefs. I think that's ridiculous, but I also don't see Mahomes or the Chiefs losing this game. On the other side, I kind of want to see the Bills win. I don't know how they stop Henry and Jackson. Maybe weather, maybe they just don't and lose. But I'm going to go with the Bills.
All right. Everybody probably wants to duplicate Terry's picks for sure. Now for my picks for the divisional round, I'm going to go with the number 1 seed Chiefs to win at home, along with the Lions to win at home. Now the Sunday games, I thought about going Rams, but then I looked at the weather, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to play in those temperatures. So I'm going to go with the home team Eagles. And for the last game, I'm going to go with the upset, the Ravens to beat the Bills at their house. And those are my picks. I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. I want you to click like. I want you to click subscribe and hit that bell. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Poco's Primetime Picks.